Jawaballs!
Okay, back again. So that was part one. Here's part two. And this video, I want to talk about tactics. I went over my list briefly. I just ate my dinner. And I went over the list, and you know, I talked about my army in general and kind of what I did with them. And the important thing here that you have to keep in mind is that when you have an army list, you need to have a plan for everything in your list. You know, give it a plan, stick to your plan as best you can. Of course, plans fall apart, but I definitely have a plan for every squad in my army here. So, you know, I've got these guys, just 5 dudes with chainswords, and their job is to not even come onto the table. All they do is sit inside their little transport. When I deploy this, I'll deploy onto an objective and just, you know, hide it as best I can, you know, behind cover, and just take shots with the last cannon and sit there. If possible, I'll hide it behind my predators even. You know, because you can get this thing behind the tanks, still get clear shots with the last cannon, and it's protected by the tanks. So definitely this one little Razorback is one of the more important ones because of those 5 dudes with no upgrades, just 5 little guys hiding inside. So that's my objective holder, number 3. And then, like I said before, the rest of my tanks support my Land Raider. This one right here goes out and takes objectives. It'll sit in the back next to the other one for a while, but it knows that its job is to move up and actually take an objective. So that one has a power sword inside of it, so it can go up and then it can actually do some damage when it assaults. You know, so I'll move that thing 18 inches and pop smoke. And then on the next turn, I'll get out and charge my assault squad. So you got to pick your battles with these guys. There's only 5 dudes inside, and there's a power sword and 4 chain swords. So this guy is a chain sword dude, but he was a banner bearer. This is actually the Emperor's champion, and the banner broke inside my transport. But that's what this guy does. Like turn 3 or 4, it'll charge out and get ready to assault an objective that's being held by the enemy. And hopefully they've been whittled down enough where I can assault them and kill them. And then take the objective. And these 2 right here, like I said, their job is to support the Raider. So I'll send out the Raider, you know, obviously as far as I can, you know, right off the bat. And these guys will move up in flanking positions, trying to give it cover saves. You know, depending on where the enemy is, you can line it up so that, you know, the Razorbacks grant the cover saves as best as possible. And really, you know, let me talk about the Raider in a second. So they would move up, pop smoke, grant cover saves, and do their job. You know, this one, Las Plaz again. Once it moves 6, it can still fire all the guns. So depending on their role, you know, all the Las Plaz are very effective at killing like Terminators and that kind of and heavy stuff. So when there's 3 of them working together, you know, they're pretty effective because you can roll up 6 inches, fire off all the guns. The guys inside are able to get out. I have melted guns inside there too. So if I need to concentrate fire and bring something down, a Carnifex or a Swarm Lord or, you know, a squad of Terminators, they can do it. They've got that concentrated firepower, even though there's only 5-man squads. And of course, the melted guns are good for tanks. So the ones moving up to support the Raider, their job is to get up, sacrifice themselves if they have to, get out and pop whatever vehicle I'm about to assault with my Raiders, my Terminators. And so they've each got a power sword and a melted gun for just those types of circumstances. And as far as my Predators are concerned, I will usually keep them all together and just do the dance of death with them all game long. Moving them 6, firing the guns. You know, moving 6 to get an angle, a side shot or something, because guys think they're safe. You know, move 6 and shoot them all. And the first role when I shoot them is to take down speeders, because they're dangerous against me, melted guns. So I'll take down the speeders. Against guard, I'll shoot them against the Valkyries first. You know, the things that have all the last cans that hurt me. So they shoot down the long range stuff. But then later in the game, I will start to shift their focus and use them to fire on troops. because there's still 4 heavy-ass shots that I can put downfield anywhere. And they excel at taking out lone stragglers of a single assault squad that escaped me or something. I just didn't have the strength to destroy it, and it gets away. There's one guy because my Terminators can't sweeping advance, and I can just use my Land Raider to take it out to get the kill point. Not the Land Raider, the Las Cannon Pred. So those guys are excellent snipers, but also just damage dealers. In a Hard Boys game, I played against a 7 Land Raider list with this list pretty much. And those Las Cannons back there did a lot of damage to those Land Raiders, and I just destroyed the guy. So in my opinion, Las Cannons are king, and I know the game shifted over to melted guns for a while, but that's not really the case. Las Cannons still are king because of that 4-foot range that they got. So here's the last bit, you know, with my Land Raider tactics. Pretty straightforward. It's just a bowling ball of death. This thing, I needed to move the first turn. It has extra armor, multi-melta, sponsons with the Hurricane Bolters, and its job is just to go 12, pop smoke, or take the opportune shot if it has to. But usually I'll just pop smoke with it. Hopefully it survives, or I got my Razorbacks to cover it, so I don't have to pop smoke. Second turn, if I have to, I can pop smoke, or I move up and disgorge the guys. It goes up 12 inches, the guys disembark 2 inches, and then assault 6 inches. And like I said before, this Terminator Assault Squad is so dangerous because of the 3 attached independent characters. You know, the rerolls on the charge, the Fearless, the Furious Pain, the Furious Charge and the Feel No Pain, and the Strength 10 Assault. Hold on, my phone's ringing. Don't know who that is. I'll let it go to voicemail. So, yeah, so these guys get out and just deal death. I haven't really found anything that I can't slaughter on the charge with this squad. When they get charged, though, it's a different story, because most other things also have Furious Charge that are coming back at me. So who knows? So, with this squad, this Land Raider and the squad inside, it really is a dance of death, because you got to be the one to get the charge. So a lot of other guys are also packing a Raider with hammer termies and shields. So you got to be the guy to get him out in the open so you can assault his guys. And that's the key with this squad, knowing how to get that to happen, knowing how to get the charge instead of being charged with this squad. And I think the best part, not the best part, but my use of this is that I've got a pretty good awareness of space on the table. So I have a pretty good estimate of what is 6 inches plus 2 inches, you know, the deployment and the charge, so, and the movement of the tank. So I can look ahead and move the tank 12 inches, deploy 2 and charge 6, and know pretty much accurately where I can make my assault. So that's part of the game, is spatial awareness, and that's what gives me a little bit of an advantage with this squad, is I usually am pretty good at getting them into assault when I need to. Which makes them really dangerous, because I will take a chance on a long range assault and get them out there and just barely get them in, but they get in. This guy, as I said in my first part of the video, was a fail, because he just didn't do anything. He's slow, he's cumbersome. I ran him up behind the Land Raider, you know, and he hides back there pretty well, and he acts as kind of a deterrent in a way, but for the most part, he was a handicap, because he was such a short range assault beast, and the rest of my army outpaced him. So in the future, I'm going to drop him and replace him with these. There they are. So I've got 2 speeders. I'm retrofitting this because I had taken the guys off to use them as attack bikes, but they're back in here. A speeder with a multi-melta and Typhoon missile launchers, and another speeder with a multi-melta. So these 2 things are about the same cost as that Dreadnought. I have to find 10 points somewhere else. But so I think these guys give me a much better tactical advantage because of their distance and the range that they have, and what they offer on the table. They're good at blocking. I can move them 24 inches, place them 4 inches apart from each other. Nothing can squeeze through because you got to leave an inch, so Razorbacks can't get through there. And So they put up a roadblock, a good 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 12-inch roadblock. So anything that tries to get through there has to assault ram them, and on a 3+, you negate rams with these skimmers. So they're really good at stalling out advances and splitting up armies. So if a guy's coming at me with multiple battle wagons, these guys can slow it down. I can stop one in its tracks while the others advance, and I can take them out. Or land raiders too, if I need to get one more round of stalling so for the enemy land raider to hit my lines, I can slow it down with these and then move in. So that's where these things excel at. Plus, they're just dangerous with the multi-melta. And for the first couple of turns, they can sit back and shoot the Typhoon missile launcher, which is 2 great shots. Something I would have never played in the PDF because the PDF Typhoons were not good. So there it is. Some quick tactics. I know that was a lot of information I just threw at you in 11 minutes. And I want to cut this one short. I will do another video. I think that's it for this, my Nova Open 2,000 point army list. I'll be playing this exact list at the Battle for Salvation tournament next month, and at 2,000 points. I have to tweak it a little bit, but this is going to be it. So you see how it goes. It's not the strongest list, no. Blood Angels definitely are not the strongest codex. They're probably number 3 now, after Guard and Wolves. So, but it is competitive. So, and it's fun to play for me. So that's the difference. All right, well, more to come.